In a family saga marked by estrangement, deep emotions, and a father's yearning to heal old wounds, the royal family continues to navigate troubled waters. King Charles III, the beloved monarch, finds himself caught in a difficult dilemma, one torn between his desire to reconcile with his younger son, Prince Harry, and the firm opposition from his heir, Prince William. With deep tensions stemming from Harry's highly publicized memoir, Spare. As King Charles battles a cancer diagnosis, his desire to reunite with Harry intensifies. However, William's staunch opposition has thrown a wrench into the monarch's attempts at reconciliation, leaving the family's future unity uncertain. Will Charles be able to overcome William's objections? Or will the wounds inflicted by Harry's revelations prove too deep to heal? The stubborn rift, William's deep-rooted grudge against Harry. The relationship between Prince William and Prince Harry was once the epitome of brotherly love. United by shared experiences and the grief of losing their mother, Princess Diana, the two brothers stood by each other through thick and thin. However, that once solid bond has now crumbled under the weight of public scandals, bruised egos, and mounting distrust. Much of this deterioration can be traced back to Harry's candid accounts in Spare, where he laid bare personal grievances and gave the public a raw, unfiltered view of life inside the royal family. William, often portrayed as the future king burdened with responsibility, found himself criticized by his younger brother, who revealed private details that shook the very foundations of the monarchy's image. Royal expert Hilary Fordwich has noted that Prince William is unlikely to ever forgive Harry for what he perceives as a betrayal of their family. Comparing William to his late grandfather, Prince Philip, Fordwich suggests that the Prince of Wales has taken a hardline stance, channeling Philip's no-nonsense attitude toward family loyalty. William, who holds duty and discretion in the highest regard, reportedly views Harry's actions, his tell-all book, the bombshell Netflix series, and numerous high-profile interviews, as despicable indiscretions that have tarnished the family's legacy. This deeply rooted animosity has grown into an immovable obstacle for King Charles. As much as the monarch yearns to bridge the gap with his darling boy, William's insistence on maintaining distance from Harry has only intensified over time. The Prince of Wales, seen as a modern-day protector of the monarchy, has reportedly laid down an absolute ban on any attempt to reintegrate Harry into the family fold. King Charles' quiet longing, a father's love amid a cancer battle. King Charles, now 75 and facing his own mortality after a cancer diagnosis, is said to be deeply affected by the estrangement from his younger son. Despite the complex emotions stirred by Harry's revelations, Charles has remained steadfast in his love for his son. His desire to reconcile has only grown stronger with his illness, especially in light of the fact that time may not be on his side. Insiders reveal that Charles has made private efforts to reach out to Harry, with their last known meeting taking place in February 2024. It was around this time that the king personally informed Harry of his health condition. However, despite this emotional encounter, the relationship has remained strained, with Harry feeling blocked by intermediaries, likely the very same aides loyal to Prince William, whenever he attempts to communicate with his father. The strain on Charles is palpable. Royal sources suggest that he has tried to ignore the advice of those closest to him, attempting instead to extend an olive branch to Harry. While the king values the unity of his family and understands the importance of the public perception of reconciliation, he is also a father, yearning to see his son again. The absence of Harry, who was once close to his father, has reportedly caused Charles immense heartache, a burden that has only increased with his declining health. But there is another layer to this story that complicates Charles' wish for reunion: his deference to William. As a monarch, Charles has a duty to uphold the dignity of the crown, but as a father, his desire to see Harry is deeply personal. The push-pull of these opposing forces has placed him in a precarious situation where he must tread carefully to avoid upsetting the future king, Prince William. Harry's painful exile, efforts to reconnect thwarted. For Prince Harry, the path back to his family has been anything but straightforward. In the years following his decision to step back from royal duties alongside his wife, Meghan Markle, Harry has found himself more estranged than ever before. His explosive memoir, along with the couple's media appearances, has driven a wedge between him and his once close family members. While Harry's departure from the UK and his new life in California allowed him to carve out a more independent identity, the emotional cost has been steep. The public may have focused on the glamour of his new life, but behind the scenes, Harry has struggled with the pain of being cut off from his family, especially his father. Despite the walls that have been built between them, Harry has reportedly made several attempts to mend his relationship with Charles. According to insiders, Harry has called his father on multiple occasions, only to find that his efforts have been stonewalled by royal aides. While some may interpret this as a sign that Charles is uninterested, it is widely believed that this is more a reflection of William's influence and the internal politics of the palace. Harry remains determined, however, to maintain some form of contact with his father. Even as he navigates his own role outside the monarchy, he reportedly harbors no ill will toward Charles and wishes to keep the lines of communication open. Harry's commitment to reconciliation is said to stem from his understanding of his father's health condition, which has added a sense of urgency to his attempts to rebuild the bridge that has been broken. William's reluctance, fear of further damage to the monarchy. For Prince William, the stakes are not just personal, they are institutional. As the heir to the British throne, William's primary concern is the preservation of the monarchy. In his view, Harry's decision to air family grievances in public has not only hurt their personal relationship, but has also damaged the very fabric of the royal institution. Royal insiders suggest that William's stance is influenced by a deep-seated belief that Harry's return to the family, without addressing the hurt he has caused, could lead to further public scrutiny and harm to the monarchy's image. William, who has spent his entire life preparing for his future role as king, views the institution as larger than any single individual, including his brother. There is also a personal element to William's reluctance. The betrayal he feels over Harry's public comments about him, particularly those in Spare, runs deep. William, who values loyalty and discretion, is said to be unwilling to forgive Harry's decision to break the long-standing tradition of keeping family matters private. In his eyes, Harry's actions have crossed a line that cannot easily be uncrossed. A royal stalemate. The future of the family hangs in the balance. As the royal family navigates this complex web of emotions, public perception, and duty, the question remains: will King Charles be able to overcome William's resistance and reunite with Harry? Or will the rift between the brothers continue to widen, leaving Charles to carry the burden of their estrangement into his final years? The situation is a royal stalemate, with no clear resolution in sight. Charles, a father longing to see his son, must weigh his personal desires against the realities of his role as king and the future of the monarchy. William, meanwhile, remains firm in his belief that the family must prioritize the institution over personal reconciliation, leaving little room for compromise. As the world watches this royal drama unfold, one thing is clear: the future of the British monarchy and the personal relationships within it will be shaped by the decisions made in the coming months. Whether reconciliation is possible remains to be seen, but for now, the royal family remains deeply divided, with King Charles caught in the middle. The ongoing rift between Prince William and Prince Harry, with King Charles caught in the crossfire, represents more than just a family feud. It is a reflection of the broader tensions within the royal family. As Charles battles cancer and grapples with his desire to reunite with his son, the stakes are higher than ever. Yet, with William firmly opposed to any form of reconciliation, the chances of healing seem slim. Ultimately, this story is about more than just a fractured relationship. It is about the weight of duty, the power of forgiveness, and the difficulty of navigating the complex dynamics of a family that also happens to be one of the most powerful institutions in the world. Only time will tell whether the royal family can find a way to move forward, or whether the rift between its members will continue to grow, leaving behind a legacy of division.